Hi, this is Denny from Tap to Craft Podcast, and I just want to do a little quick take on a little beer review. I've been inspired by our buddy Johnny Casino on his quick takes he's been doing for the Snack Network, and I thought, you know what, we could do something like this with Tap to Craft Podcast on our video YouTube stream. We're going to highlight North Coast Brewing out of Fort Bragg, California. North Coast Brewing, their motto is making the world a better place, one beer at a time. A little history behind North Coast Brewing. They were a pioneer in the craft beer movement. North Coast Brewing Company opened in 1988 as a local brew pub in the historic town of Fort Bragg, located in California's Mendocino coast. North Coast Brewing is a leader in philanthropy and sustainability, in addition to being a certified B Corp and a benefit corporation. The brewery is proud to be true Platinum Zero Waste certified, offer 14 non-GMO project verified beers, and spearhead an innovative carbon farming project to reverse its carbon footprint and advance the science of carbon sequestration in agriculture. Wow, that's a big word. All right, we're going to be starting off, as you can see here, with the Scrimshaw Pilsner. It's a Pilsner style beer, and we talked about this in episode 100. Chris, John, and I did. We did some tasting notes with the beer along with a breakdown of the Pilsner style guidelines. And in episode 173, just recently, Chris and I dove into the history of Pilsners along with some information about Czech, German, and American Imperial Pilsners. You can find these episodes on your favorite podcast app or directly from our website at tapthecraft.com. Now, this beer is named, the Scrimshaw, is named for delicate engravings popularized by 19th century seafarers. Scrimshaw is a fresh-tasting Pilsner brewed in the finest European tradition using Munich malt and Hallertauer and Tettnang hops. Scrimshaw has a subtle hop character and a crisp, clean palate and a dry finish. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pour this. I'm gonna pour this using one of our B cups. This is the Pilsner style B cup from fermenterreality.com. And not only were they a sponsor, but we also, Chris and I both really enjoy these plastic cups. Let's go ahead and pour this in. Now, Johnny likes to pour his beer straight down, but honestly, the reason for pouring your beer and not having no head is because you want that head, like you see here, to go ahead and trap in some of those bubbles. And you see all that carbonization, you see those bubbles coming up. If there was no head on the top here, those bubbles would just be escaping and you would miss out on getting some of the aroma trapped in there and releasing as you drink. So although Johnny likes to pour straight down, I like to pour at an angle, 45-degree angle, and then just kind of start to lift it up and then start pouring straight down to generate that head. And as you can see, hopefully this camera here I've got set up, you can see that those bubbles are pretty effervescent. They come up and they're bringing up a lot of those flavors that you're going to get within the malts and hops in here up into the nose. And they're getting trapped into this head. And the head, a good beer, a good craft beer is going to have a good head. It's going to have bubbles that could either be coarse or fine, can make it more creamy, or if it's more fine bubbles, or it could be like this one here is more coarse. It's okay. Either way is fine. It just means that the beer has got a lot of good proteins in there that are generating that head and helping trap in the aroma. So I'll go ahead and like we like to do, we like to first we like to admire the beer, the clarity. And you can see that this beer is a pale straw color. Then we like to go ahead and get our nose into there and smell what it has to do. So right off the bat, you can smell some cereal or cereal or bready, like bread dough type malt character in there. Smells really good. You can also smell a little bit of grassy hops in there as well. And then you may say that, grassy hops, that doesn't sound very good, but mixed in with those grains, it kind of works really well. And that's what you get with those Hallertau and Tettnang hops, is you get a more subtle noble hop experience. This beer comes in at 4.5% ABV. The bitterness rating is low at 22 IBUs. So now that I went ahead and enjoyed the aroma, I'm going to go ahead and take a sip. And really refreshing. Now, one nice thing about this beer is it is one of their beers that is non-GMO. So that means there's no genetically modified grains used in this. It's all organic. Also, this is a fairly light calorie beer. It's under 100 calories of a beer. And, you know, to be able to enjoy a nice 16-ounce can, you can see this comes in cans. It used to come in bottles, but now they've got this releasing in 16-ounce cans. That's going to allow that beer to last a little bit longer and be less susceptible to light strike from being stored near a window and the sun shining on there and causing a reaction to those hops and possibly oxidize the beer. So cans are really nice for this. And this is a light, refreshing, very, very refreshing, crisp Pilsner. And it's very good. I like this beer a lot. And we recommend, this is one of the ones we recommended during the Pilsner show that Chris and I just had. Just to note, oh yeah, there's also 2 grams of carbs. So this is it's a lighter beer, but it doesn't taste light. It's got a lot of flavor. You can taste those malts. You can taste some of the noble hops that aren't too bitter, but does have a slight bitterness to it. Just to let you know that they're there. Definitely not too sweet. Doesn't stick around on your palate. Like, your mouthfeel is really nice. And it's 2 grams of carbs. So it's a lighter beer. If you're looking to enjoy a good quality beer, but you don't want to put on, you're trying to maintain that weight, hey, it's a perfect beer to do it. And you don't have to sacrifice flavor because it still has a lot of flavor. I really do love this beer. So to finish up, I just wanted to go over a couple medals. This brewery has won a lot of medals in a bunch of different types of competitions or festivals. And so I'll go through and let's start with their gold medals. They've won a gold medal in the North American Brewers Association in 2001. And they also won a Great American Beer Festival gold medal for American Lager Ale in 1992. Silver awards, in the World Beer Championships in Chicago, they won the silver medal in 95, 98, 2002, 2003, and 2006. And in the Great American Beer Festival for the American Lager Ale, they won in 96 as well. So really, this brewery and this beer has won quite a few awards. Now, you might be saying, wow, all these awards were, a long time ago. Well, honestly, you're right. Maybe you might think that this beer is not as good because back then there wasn't as many breweries that were putting in beers, especially lagers, in the beginning of the craft beer movement. But there were still, 2,000 breweries, even back in the early 2000s, that were putting out a lot of good beer. And so don't shrug off these awards that they've won. All right, so that's the end of this quick take. I hope you enjoy the video and go out and get this Scrimshaw Pilsner from North Coast if you can get it in your area. Cheers.